defense that can't follow these traitors makes me just absolutely get in a very nasty mood. And I'm really working through it to be in a happy mood because we are kicking their ass and just move forward. I also know why I'm angry. I know how dangerous they are, and my flesh doesn't like messing with these dangerous people at a certain level. And so I get mad that they make me fight them. I get mad they make me sit here and savagely attack them and just engage in vicious information warfare against them. And just push them and attack them and bite them. And because, believe me, they come right back at us, folks. And I just cannot stand them. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And I see the trail of bodies and the trail of souls, the trail of dreams they've destroyed. These dream catchers. And they're demons, folks. They're absolute, manifest, pit of hell, everything I hate. And at a gut level, my whole body, my whole soul just goes, I just want to overrun them. Because I know they're out to get everybody. I know their spirit. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can see it. I can feel it. And it's just like, oh my God, you're evil. You child molesting, demonic pig creatures. And I see you. I know you of old. And I just can feel the epic battle rising as the energies ramp up for the big main event. And anybody else with any sense, any discernment, can see it, can feel it, and knows it, and can physically see it manifesting in front of us. So start your engines for the next 25 minutes before Jakari Jackson comes in. I am going to get to everything I haven't hit yet and a bunch of powerful clips we need to go to. 16-year-old black Trump supporter, schools, moronic Black Lives Matter minion. Dan Rather. Oh, this is incredible. This is incredible. This is incredible. I'm going to tell you about Dan Rather first when we come back and what he said and what he did. This is simply amazing. It's up on Infowars.com, but I'm going to put it up there under Pacific Headline because this is a pretty big deal. And then we're going to get to a lot of other key reports here. I have some criticism of the police and their policies. All right, in this hour, we were one of the first to actually get this and report this yesterday. Just proud of Mikhail Phelan's work. It got linked up on DrudgeReport.com. Hacker releases secret Clinton docs from the State Department, DNC Trump opposition file donor list. And I've looked at it. It looks accurate. And so far, at least as of this morning, they're saying that they believe it's real. This is Guccifer 2.0. Some are claiming that it's the Russians. Well, I just say more power to them because it was the Russians that exposed the carbon tax fraud with over 1,000 universities coordinating with each other to, quote, hide the decline in temperature in the last 7 years. And that was 6 years ago. So that's coming up. We're about to play a clip video. 16-year-old black Trump supporter, schools, leftist, Black Lives Matter. Ding dong. Dallas Police Department is practicing riot control ahead of Donald Trump's visit. So we're going to have reporters up there tonight covering that event. And in my experience, when I've had anti-Federal Reserve rallies and things, we've had more opposition from leftists in Dallas than I've even gotten in Denver, Colorado, and New York City. Or San Antonio or Houston, because I've protested the Fed at all those places, the private run-for-profit Fed. I mean, I've had them really come after us in Dallas. So privately, I had a bet in here, and I'll just say it now, with Tim Kennedy, that I was like, no, I don't think San Antonio is where it's going to happen. Of course, Trump canceled that. It's going to be Dallas. And I'm not saying it's going to be that out of control because the Dallas police are pretty serious. They didn't mess with us too much when we had our JFK event for the 40th anniversary because they banned protesting the city had, but I still went and demanded to do it and threatened to sue But then they called in the county to attack us. That's famous video for no reason. I mean, the police were leaving us alone at a Federal Reserve demonstration. Then they came, and this lady came and said, "No, you can't protest without a permit." And I said, "I'm going to do it." She goes, "The riot police are coming." And I said, "We've already been out here 2 hours. Everybody, let's just leave." We just showed you on video doing that. And again, I'm not out to get the police themselves. I don't just hate the police. But leave the First Amendment alone. Leave the Second alone. And when you get orders to violate it, don't go along with it. I mean, all over the country, I watch leftist groups, Black Lives Matter, you name it, attack police. And they're ordered to stand there and take it because these cities are run by a bunch of globalists. But then we're trying to get permits in Cleveland, officially with Roger Stone, and we have that group coming on next hour. They want me to be an added plaintiff for the lawsuit, and I am going to be. And they're just saying, oh, you can have a couple hours, twice over miles away where nobody can see you in a free speech zone. Well, no, we're going to sue you. So, a lot of times the police are put in the middle of this, though, and the police will say, well, go change it, or sue the city, or, go to city council. We're just following orders. Yeah, but Nuremberg, the Nuremberg precept, at a certain point, you got to say no. Just like the military said no 4.5 years ago to aiding al-Qaeda. It was just too much. We're not giving them Stinger missiles. We're not giving them TOW missiles. We know you've already done it. We know about Benghazi. We're not doing this. So that's what's going to save us, is saying no. And then they can't just target one good cop or one good soldier. At a certain point, all of us have to say no. I've said no. You think I want to go march up against the police when they're saying no protest and get arrested? I've been arrested 3 times doing it, though, because the First Amendment is important. But here's a bad example. This is out of Arlington Voice. But the good news is it's the police exposing it. Police union exposes department's long-denied quota system. I love how all these departments deny quotas, and then they've got quotas. Unwritten or written, you get promoted when you write more tickets. And I don't care if you write tickets of real drunk drivers or arrest them or somebody really speeding or whatever, but when you're just got some old lady pulled over and her stickers out and you write her 3 tickets, or you harass, the 18-wheelers because they had dust on their bumper or whatever. I mean, the truck police are the ones that are really just destroying a lot of lives. And basically are the equivalent of pirates out there just revenue generating. An Arlington police union is exposing the department's informal quota system after 15 patrol officers were placed on administrative leave for inflating traffic stop data. Internal emails and documents. I mean, you think cops really just want to pull you over and give you tickets, folks? They don't. Internal emails and documents released by the Arlington Municipal Patrolmen's Association is shedding light on the department's use of informal quota-based performance systems to withhold privileges from underperforming officers. So good for the officers, and that's what you need. See, I said it's a bad story about police. It's bad about the leadership. It's good for the grassroots police. They've got plenty of real crimes to investigate. The justice system needs to be going in there with huge fines against criminals that commit crimes against property and things. Don't give a lady a $100 ticket for their stickers out a month. Somebody that robs a car, go bust the chop shop, put them all in jail, seize all of it, take their houses when you've convicted them. But they don't do that. They just plea bargain, and then the guys at the chop shop, if they even get in trouble, get probation. So the revenue generating has to stop. So that's a good story because it shows how these paradigms are complex. It's bad the police are doing this, but 9 times out of 10, whether it's Houston or whether it's New York, I see these stories. It's the police exposing that the crime lab's corrupt. It's the police exposing that they're ordered to go out. Remember a few years ago, the police union in New York said, look, we're ordered to give old ladies tickets for sitting more than 5 minutes on a park bench. We're ordered to just totally harass people. Everybody hates us now. We don't want to do this. And so they had to start backing off of that. And that's an example of how the police can put unique pressure on government itself. But the globalists, with this whole divide and conquer strategy and this strong city UN initiative, don't want the citizens to ever interface with the police or real community to. They want it to be the UN and the local socialist organizations and the Black Lives Matter, George Soros, Ford Foundation groups coming in, bullying the departments, terrorizing them, exacerbating crises, scapegoating all governmental problems on the police and sheriff's departments, so they then become totally political and go under leftist control. And then, boy, once that happens, you get a Chicago, a New York, a D.C., a total hellhole. Every time. These people will wreck your society, socialist, when they get control of the police department. It is a living hell. And police departments know this. And then you get political police that sit there and laugh while the social justice warriors beat you up. Now, I've got some concern about Donald Trump, and I rarely do, but a lot of times it's because he's super smart, but sometimes he doesn't fully understand some technical subjects. Or he's causing a debate for political purposes. He's sly like a fox, but he put out a tweet, and I'll cover it in the next segment, where he said, I'm going to be meeting with the NRA to see what Homeland Security and others are calling for me. Here's the tweet. I'll be meeting with the NRA, who has endorsed me about not allowing people on terrorist watch lists or the no-fly list to buy guns. Now, is that a neutral statement, or does it kind of sound like he's going to be meeting with them about not allowing people on the terror watch list or the no-fly list to buy guns? It sounds like he's saying he's going to be meeting with them about asking for that. It's not clear. It's ambiguous, but it leans 60-40 towards that. So Donald Trump needs to get educated on this, or he needs to clarify what he's saying. I don't know which it is, because this ends due process. And the NRA came back and said, we support due process systems if someone's on a no-fly list, having that flagged in the NICS system, but not denying it of you if there's not any credible threat or indictment or investigation. We need due process, is what the NRA said. They're absolutely right. This will end due process and allow putting gun owners on these no-gun buy lists. It's a very, very serious situation. It's the holy grail they've been pushing for 8 years. And so I hope Trump clarifies that. He shoots out a lot of tweets. We'll certainly find out. But I'm going to shoot a special message later today after the show just to Donald Trump on this subject of the no-fly list. And as I know it gets to him, to try to give him a briefing on the subject. Or perhaps I'm wrong, and I'm misinterpreting this, and he needs to clarify. We're going to go to break, but first, I want to just play now the Sha'Carri Jackson clip, or part of it. We'll play more when he joins us at the bottom of the hour. 16-year-old, super informed, black Trump supporter, schools leftist Black Lives Matter person. This is up on Infowars.com, but here's 2 minutes of the clip as we go to break. It's powerful stuff in Atlanta, Georgia. Here it is.
We're going to Trump Hillary! T-R-U-M-P! We're going to Trump Hillary! T-R-U-M-P! We're going to Trump Hillary!
Support a racist. That's sad. That's real sad. He's against you. Why will you support a racist?
Show me what he said about African
He's going to send you back to Africa. That's what he said. He said send Mexicans back to Mexico. You are a disgrace to America for being a young black man supporting a racist.
Thank you. Yeah, that is awesome.
That's sad.
That's awesome.
How does your parents feel about you holding a Trump sign?
They're Trump fans too.
When they disgrace to America too, because he doesn't like you or your parents.
My friends are immigrants. You didn't answer my question, by the way. Yeah, you didn't answer our question. And they're happy. What has he said?
He said send Mexicans back to Mexico.
No, he said
don't let Muslims here.
Yeah, he said.
Why?
Are you going to let me talk, or are you going to yell?
No, I'm telling you, because you holding this Trump sign, and you need to be taught.
We conversation, can we? We cannot do that, right?
And then
okay.
telling you against your own people.
She just graduated high school, so she's not a kid no more. Okay.
What would you tell him when a racist send Mexican back to Mexico?
We're going to come back with more of this, but this guy is wearing a gay rainbow when Trump is trying to support folks that are gay not being killed by jihadis that Hillary's supporting. And then Mexico has one of the strongest border controls in the world with Guatemala, Central America, and they torture people, and they put them 6 months to a year hard labor. And Mexico has said they can't take any more migrants even to the U.S. because it's bankrupting them. I mean, it's just crazy. The U.S. is one of the most open countries in the world, and now it's offering all this free stuff to illegals to create this divide and conquer, and this guy is so stupid. We'll be back with more of it. Stay with us. This just broke in the last few minutes. We're going to work to get Paul Watson from London, just back from Germany, covering Bilderberg and the Brexit. The globalists set up the EU. It's unaccountable, unelected. The EU didn't let any of the countries but 2 out of 20-something vote to enter it. They won't let you vote to get out of it. They're even trying to say, we may just ignore you if you try it. They're threatening economic blockades, you name it. But they've got a lot of liberals and others now, not just conservatives and nationalists, wanting to leave because almost all their laws are made by an unelected body of 3 EU boards. The parliament is ceremonial. And once that's known, it doesn't matter if you're liberal or you're conservative,